Welcome back to the MBM Vault. I'm your host, Kim Shwobin, and we're here live from the Medium Hub at Riot Radio.
I'm Zach Campbell, and once again, the show is all about music, local talent, industry news, having some good old fun. Today, we'll actually be interviewing someone. His name is Matthew. He is the co-manager of the enterprise here at school, Flashback. So please stay tuned for that. But other than that, we're going to start off with, quick, brief overview of how our week's going, how we're doing. So how you doing, Kim?
Honestly, this week is probably the hardest week of the
Gonna have to
semester
agree
so
with
far.
you there.
A lot of assignments in such few days. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Work's definitely piling up, but trying to manage my time to where I can relax a little bit. But other than that, I think that's all right now. How about you? Are you dealing with it okay?
Yeah, the fact that we have 3 weeks left, or 3 or 4 weeks left, is really a big motivator for me.
Yeah, that's the big motivation because we're less than a month away.
Exactly.
So that's my key thing. And today you actually have your big presentation today.
I have my big presentation, which
Sure.
I hope will go great, which I know it will go great.
And
But
what genre are you doing again?
EDM,
EDM.
Yes.
Is that one of your favorite genres? Or something you're actually interested in?
it was.
Was.
And then I did the presentation. I'm kind of just like,
now you're just like, you just learn anything cool that you can tell us about?
no.
No, not really.
No, no.
So
To
boring
be honest,
presentation.
it's just as underground as you think it is.
Gotcha. So actually, we have another open mic coming up this Thursday. If you want to
We
talk
do.
about that real
So
quick.
open mic once again, Copper Ranch. This Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. $2 for all non-performers. It'll be really fun. It's right across from the school, being done by Breakthrough Events. Are you going to that?
Unfortunately, I am working. Otherwise, I'd love to. I know I missed the last one, but it's just
Totally fine.
it's how the world goes. Are you going?
I am going.
Okay.
Always.
Do you think it's going to top the last one?
I do.
You do?
I think a lot more people are going to come out this time.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you think the same performers are going to go again, or do you think more people are going to try and
I think
be
more
brave?
performers and the same ones as last time.
And the same ones as last
Yeah.
time?
It's a really cool spot.
I've where is it? Because I've driven past that Shoppers before, but I don't see anything.
You
that
kind
says
of have to
Copper
walk
Ranch.
past the Shoppers. There's kind of like a divot
Hmm.
in the plaza. You just kind of walk towards it.
It's right there.
Yeah,
It's a nice venue.
it's great.
Cool. Well,
There's
there's another event coming up,
There
correct?
is
All
another
right,
event.
What's that one about?
So Breakthrough is hosting a Christmas event. There's not too much about it yet, so it's either going to be payment through just whatever you can and a non-perishable food item. So just make sure you stay tuned and looking at Breakthrough's Instagram page to see what the event is, where it is, and just what to do to be able to go.
Yes, once there's more information, I'm sure it will be definitely a fun event.
Yeah, I'm
Christmas
sure.
related, obviously.
Yes,
So
very
it's
cool.
going to be great.
Cool way to finish off the semester, I think.
A great way to finish off this
Yes.
semester. I wonder what they're going to do. I don't know. They probably can't do another open mic, but
I think it'll be some performances, some just really cool activities, just a way to get to know everyone right before we leave.
because what was the last one was the White Lies, correct?
It was. That
And
was really fun.
Was that like a good bonding experience? Because I know that we mixed the first years and second
I feel
years
it
a
was
lot. So
it was a lot more second years than first years, so
Mhm.
I got to meet a lot more people that I wouldn't have met necessarily or had the chance to talk to.
Yeah.
So it was really cool in that sense.
are you hoping for more first years to come out to this event?
I really hope they do.
Yeah.
It was also the start of reading week, so a lot of people just weren't here and able to go.
Mhm.
So I think there'll be a big shift this time because we'll all probably be here.
Well, if I'm not working, I'm definitely gonna try and show
For
up to that
sure.
one. I hope there's like maybe Christmas karaoke.
That would
I have
be
to
cool.
wear like a cool onesie or something like that, or
I'll definitely wear a onesie.
gingerbread houses.
That would be cool.
That'd be cool.
That'd be really cool.
Speaking of that, we have a special Christmas episode planned and
We
a little
do.
YouTube video in the making for that time frame.
All we have to say about that is gingerbread house and competition.
Shh, don't give too much away.
Oh.
All right, we're going to take a quick music break here. But after that, we are going to be talking to Matt and also about the Enterprise Flashback. So don't forget you can follow us on social media at DCSA Media Hub, MBM Vault.
We're going to play you some music. Here's a live by the Warbly Jets, live from the Medium Hub at Riot Radio. Welcome back to the MBM Vault. I'm your host, Kim Shwogobin.
And this is Zach Campbell. Hope you enjoyed that music break. The last song playing there was Can't Run Forever by Vacation Manor. And beside me is...
My name is Matt. Hello, hello, hello.
How are you doing, Matt?
How you doing?
I'm doing amazing. It's really good morning. So, yeah, very quiet.
It's a very quiet morning.
Cloudy outside. though.
Yes. Do you drive here or do you live on campus?
I drive here.
You drive here? So
Yeah.
how are the roads driving here? Are they okay?
They're still okay for now.
Mhm.
But soon enough, it's not going to be the case.
No. Do you ever winter tires on?
Yes.
Yes.
I got them
Whew.
on yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
I have them, I think, on December 6th. So long as it stays like this for now and not any
Yeah.
crazy snowstorms, I think I'll survive.
You got time.
I got time.
So you're a second year, right?
Yes.
So how is your semester going? Because we don't really know much about second years.
I would say it's been really busy. Yeah, just there's a lot of work that we've been given, but at this point, because like we've already been through first year, we're already kind of used to it. So yeah, I'm kind of just used to it at this point. I'm okay with it. It is still stressful. It does get to me a little, but honestly, it's fine.
Cool.
And I know that prior to this show, we got a little bit of information on you and that you do photography.
Yeah.
For sure. Can you give us a little bit introduction about that?
Yeah. So I've only been doing photography for about a year. I've been doing it a little longer, just like kind of on the side, like not like too intensive, but just a little bit, because it's always been something I liked. I watched my parents do it, start doing it as a hobby, and I was like, hey, that looks pretty nice. I'm like, there's a couple things that I learned from them, and honestly, it was good because it gave me that foundation. Yeah, and I got to see them, develop as photographers and kind of learn from their mistakes. And after some point, maybe like a year of them doing their own photography thing, yeah, I could just easily see when there's something wrong with the lighting, when there's something wrong with the angle, or like when there's something that should be improved upon.
So that was gonna be my next question. Is like, what inspired you to pursue photography? So I'm
Yeah.
guessing it was your parents, and
It was my parents, but it was also kind of myself. When I started doing work for Flashback, because before I was a co-manager, I was a photographer for Flashback. I was still kind of very up in the air about it. I didn't really know what to do with photography yet. But the second I started doing those studio photo shoots, it was just, I started falling in love with it.
So what made you choose the music business, and not like a photography program?
To be brutally honest, before I came to this program, I thought I could get into the program and start like a really cool rock band.
Yeah.
So that didn't pan out, and my music taste has significantly changed over since then. Yeah, that's the primary reason, and also to like meet new people. So
What would you say some of the pros and cons would be as a photographer, specifically just in like music and Flashback, the enterprise?
as a photographer, like you mean like for Flashback, or just
Yeah,
in
just
general?
in general.
In general?
Yeah.
I would say the biggest pros is like you get to pick your own time, and you get to kind of put your own schedule together, and you pretty much get to have the luxury of artists coming to you for stuff, and they kind of work around your schedule, or sometimes you kind of work with each other to put something together. But yeah, that's like the best part about photography, and also it's just you kind of get to see yourself develop, not just as a person but as a photographer, because my first photos weren't that great. Let's be honest. But my photos, probably towards the end of my time in Flashback as a photographer, I could see like just how big the difference was in the quality of my photography, and yeah, it's nice to see. Yeah.
Cool. So aside from the photography aspect, obviously you are a music business student.
Mhm.
So I gotta ask you, do you have any current favorite artists right now or of all time?
Damn.
Take some time to think about it.
Okay. My absolute favorite would have to be, just based on skill alone, it would have to be Van Halen.
Okay.
I don't listen to them pretty much at all anymore, but I still really respect them. They're like probably like way up there in terms of like everyone who I've listened to so far. My second would have to go to like Deftones or something. Yeah.
Good choice,
Honestly,
because
valid.
I remember when we were supposed to go out and choose our enterprises, like went down and introduced ourselves to you guys.
Yeah.
I saw that you were wearing like the Saturday Night Wrist shirt, and I was like, that's so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
So, do you have a favorite album of Deftones?
That's my
That is your favorite album?
Yeah.
Cool. Do you like Sex Tape? Well, not Sex Tape, I meant Diamond Eyes.
Not really.
Mhm.
It's actually it's good to listen to every now and then, but like Saturday Night Wrist, I think is probably
It's a very consistent album.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But that being said, are you a big concert goer, or do you enjoy
Ooh.
concerts? Have you been to any recently?
That's something I'm very guilty for because like I've never really been to a concert. I have
Yeah.
thanks to one of the courses that we had to take this semester. It's just that I've never really been interested, and also the price is insane.
On valid.
yeah, they're quite insane. I know that Deftones was in Toronto 2 summers ago.
Mhm.
I think like starting price is like $400 or something like that. I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Like
I can't.
No,
If
not possible,
you-
especially while
if
you're
you
a
could
student.
choose one artist to go to as a concert, would it be Deftones, do you think?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
100%?
Deftones.
Cool.
But I've seen, well, I know that because Chino's getting older, obviously. I know that
Yeah.
some people say that his live vocals aren't the best, but I've seen some clips where like he actually like he does pretty well.
Yeah,
So,
I think it all depends on the song.
mhm.
But yeah, I think I saw him. I saw a YouTube video of him playing "Beware,"
Yeah. Did he-
and
it wasn't.
I wasn't really a fan.
It's like songs like that, or like "Hole in the Earth," for example.
Yeah.
Like those notes that you have to hit are quite insane.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Do you make music yourself? Is that something you're interested in, or is it just the photography aspect in the music business that you're kind of...
Yes, I do make music.
Mhm.
I'm still very much learning. I'm still an amateur at making music. I am going to be doing one for the open mic,
Oh.
an original. It's
Another reason to
not-
come out.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I am going to be singing an original. It's not like rock or anything. I don't think it's alternative, but it is a good song. So
is it
I hope-
acoustic?
Yes,
Okay.
Did you sing at the last open mic?
I did.
You did. I remember
Yeah.
that distinctively. It was
Yeah.
great.
Thank you.
So apart from, like the school side aspect and photography and music, I want to ask you a little bit of like a miscellaneous question. Do you have any plans for Christmas? Do you celebrate?
Yes.
Okay.
We actually are gonna have family over this Christmas.
Oh,
so,
nice.
Yeah.
Is it like a big kind of thing?
No, not really.
No.
Just like 3 more
Smaller.
people, basically.
Okay.
But we are getting their family friends who live here, so it's gonna be a huge family gathering.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna retreat to my bedroom.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then once dinner's ready, then you come down, and then you go back up once dinner's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, coming up after the break, we'll be talking more with Matt about Flashback. Don't forget, you can follow us on social media at DCSA Media Hub and MBM Vault.
And do you want to link your social?
Yes.
For sure.
Do I say it?
Yes.
So if you guys want to follow me, it's at Antimatter. It's basically antimatter, but it's an O at the end.
Yes.
Cool. Got
Yeah.
that. All right, we're going to play some music. Here's It Won't Always Be Like This by Inhaler, live from the Media Hub on riotradio.ca. Welcome back to the MBM Vault, live from the Media Hub on riotradio.ca. I'm your host, Zach Campbell.
I'm Kamish Groban, and this is...
Matt.
Awesome. Matt's still here with us. So, just before this music break, we were talking about yourself, and now we're going to dive deeper into Flashback. So, can you give us a brief history of Flashback?
Well, to be honest, I don't really know.
You don't have too much.
Actually, I do know that we have been making a lot of moves,
Mhm.
in trying to, establish ourselves as a useful enterprise. I mean, all enterprises are useful, but we are kind of like in the corner, just taking pictures and kind of like documenting everything. But we have like made bigger moves, such as like making the yearbook, which we haven't like formally announced yet, but we are going to be formally announcing it soon. It's just that we've been putting it off for a long time. We also have the newsletter. Did I say the newsletter? Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to talk
uh,
about that quickly?
Yes.
For sure.
The newsletter it used to be bi-weekly, and we just switched to having it monthly. It's so much easier that way. At least to me it is. Basically it just documents like what our journalists do, like if they interview people or have album reviews, because that's what we usually do when there isn't much there isn't a person to interview. It pretty much has like all the work of our team. of my amazing team. Yeah, our journalists are really good. They've been giving us like great album reviews, great articles to add to the newsletter. We also promote it on our Instagram, which is MBM Flashback. Yeah, I hope I said that right.
I think you did.
When it comes to more artist-based duties, usually we get like photographers out to artists who request photo shoots, and yeah, it's really fun because I was a photographer last year. It is a lot of like scheduling, like pretty much working around each other's schedules and trying to get like a good day to just get into the studio, get photo shoots done, and also editing photos, and yeah.
Do you think being in Flashback as a photographer has helped you a lot in terms of like what you do?
Absolutely.
And like how do you think it has, like specifically, like?
Do you mean like how knowing or how being in Flashback has translated into being a co-manager?
Yeah, and how?
It's really helped because as a photographer, like I already knew that I wanted to be a co-manager, and the best part is when I was in Flashback in my first year, I really got to know like the ropes, the ins and outs of Flashback and how like we operate, and that's nothing better you could ask from a manager, because like I know what I'm doing, or at least I think I know what I'm doing, and I know how to get the enterprise working as smoothly as I can, and I know that like my team like has a lot of work to do, so I know what they've been through because I was in their shoes, and instead of being a manager for someone else, for another enterprise that I have no idea what it is, I know Flashback. Again, I know Flashback.
You able to give us just a quick rundown of the operations that are being held at Flashback? Not even just you, like you and your team.
So our team consists of publicists, photographers, videographers, and journalists.
Mm-hmm.
So the journalists, they basically just they either do album reviews or album or single reviews. They also interview artists, and I believe there's another couple things that I cannot name off the top of my head, but yeah, that's basically what they do. It's a lot of just like documenting. They document events as well, which we put on our newsletter. Just kind of give breakthrough events. A positive feedback. Yeah. What else did I mention? Videographers. That's a new position that we created for this year. Very experimental. We created it with music videos in mind, but this is kind of on me because like I was the one who like proposed the idea of adding videographers. We have not been able to get them too many hours, but we're trying. We are trying. Mm-hmm. It's just that we wanted to do music videos in mind for them. It's taken a little longer for said artists to be signed. Mm-hmm. So it is going to take a little longer, but I'm hoping for second semester is going to be like so much smoother for everyone. Mm-hmm. For publicists, I haven't really understood the role of publicists, like just as a role itself, not like in our enterprise, but basically they're just our social media managers. We're doing a little something different this year because usually when it came to like just a photo shoot, it was just a photographer, the artist, and probably like the A&R or the manager. But this time I wanted to get like a publicist or even like a videographer to document like what's happening behind the scenes, and then we kind of like send that footage over to the publicist, they make a post, and then like it's good hours for everyone. For what did I have left? Did I say photographer?
You did not.
You did not.
Photographers, yes. They're like, I'm very biased towards photographers because, I was one. I feel like they're the bread and butter of the, actually no. Yes, they are the bread and butter of Flashback because, artists would come up to our previous managers, and they would just basically, they would be like, hey, do we have do you guys have a photographer available for a photo shoot like sometime in the next couple of weeks? Yeah, I don't know what else to say.
Those are covering the positions within your enterprise.
Mhm.
But can you give us just something brief about your role as a co-manager along with working with another co-manager? Like, do you guys get along?
I would say we do. I do say we definitely do get along. It's just a matter of like being able to balance the work. I do a lot of like the smaller things because it's easier for me, and because I have ADHD, it's hard to it's hard to like get like big tasks done on time. So I just do like the smaller tasks, like doing meeting notes, meeting minutes, just talking to the team, making sure the team is like okay. Of course, Abby, the other co-manager, does that as well. It's just that I kind of like doing that better. I like doing that because I like it. And, well, I'm not saying Abby doesn't, but yeah, it's being able to split the tasks evenly, or at least as evenly as possible. It's very important in getting along with each other, and especially because me and Abby, like we were like good friends, or I would say we are good friends, especially before we became co-managers together. So yeah. Yeah.
You mentioned that the enterprise is a lot of work, a lot of time-consuming activities. Do you do anything outside of Flashback that's kind of like, it calms you down, kind of like a mediator in a way? Like meditation almost?
Any interest or hobbies?
De-stressors?
I've been getting back into reading, but before that I would usually just like turn off the lights and listen to music and just kind of think about life.
I feel like that's what a lot of us do. Yeah.
Philosophic of you.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, philosophical times are good for the soul, I guess.
Yeah.
So,
do you watch any movies or TV shows or anything like that? Anything you're into right now? You're trying to get back into?
That's a good question. I can give you like my most favorite. They're mostly Christopher Nolan films.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Did you watch Oppenheimer?
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on that?
Great. The last hour wasn't. It was a little too dragged out. But it was a really good movie.
Did you watch it in the 70mm IMAX, or did you watch it just in a standard
Just
theater?
a standard movie.
Okay.
But I wish I did.
Because I know that there's only 2 locations in Ontario. I think it was at Vaughan, and then I forget the last location. But I know that Vaughan has like that big dome, so they were streaming in 70mm. And I know that during the music break, we were talking about F1. I don't know anything about that. If you guys want to conversate a little bit.
I can go for days about
F1's
that.
a big thing at Riot Radio.
Yeah?
Did you watch the last race?
I did.
What were your thoughts?
Very boring.
I felt the same way.
Yeah.
I think I stopped watching.
Yeah.
feel
I
left out here.
was I had it on because it was on Sunday from like 8 to 10,
Yeah.
I think. I had it on while I was doing like schoolwork, and I was like, no.
I was almost more interested in my schoolwork, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Yeah.
in, like, the F1 Instagram channel, I think it
Yeah.
is. So I just kept waiting for the updates. I turned off my TV, turned off the channel, turned on Spotify,
Yeah.
and just waited for the updates to come in.
Yeah. But that's the thing, though. And I'm trying not to go on a huge F1 tangent right now, but when it comes to watching races, I don't want to tune off it,
Yeah.
because Las Vegas, the one race I missed, it was an absolute banger.
I didn't watch that, and I
Yeah,
was really mad about it.
it was at like 1 a.m. in the morning. I could
Yeah.
not do that. So
1 a.m. for a student is pretty rough. So.
Yeah. Formula One has been like, I don't know how long you've been watching it, but like
Not even a year.
Not even a year.
Yeah, it has
You know
been
what?
long.
This year's been. Yeah, no, I don't want to say
It's been
pretty good.
predictable.
It's been predictable.
Yes.
Very, very predictable, except for that one Ferrari win.
Yes. Oh, you're
Yeah.
Ferrari. Me too.
Yeah. Let's go.
But yeah.
The only thing
Yeah.
correlated I've watched is the Pixar films and Fast and Furious. And I don't know if you guys know what Initial D is, but that's something I've been
Initial
interested
D.
in.
I love Initial
so,
D.
yeah.
I mean, I never watched it. But
Never watched it, but
I love the
like the
clips
style
I
and
see.
aesthetic of it.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you one more thing about your enterprise. Just any future plans? Is just continuing the newsletters, getting it out monthly?
Yes, we are planning on doing more newsletters. We went back to doing a monthly newsletter. So there's going to be less. There's probably going to be like maybe 4 left after this one coming up in 2 weeks. Yeah, we're just going to be doing newsletters. We're going to be doing photo shoots, hopefully music videos. I really hope I didn't just make videographers for no reason. Yeah. We're also going to be doing the yearbook.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I heard about
We
that.
have a lot of photos for that. First
Yeah.
year's
A lot.
like a lot.
Yeah. We are planning on making a Dropbox.
Yeah.
I did plan on doing it like 4 weeks ago, but then
Yeah.
I keep forgetting about it. So don't worry.
We talked about movies and shows a bit. Do you have a favorite soundtrack from any shows? It can be anime related. It can be movie,
Good
TV
question.
show.
I got one.
Okay.
My favorite movie ever, like top one, would be Interstellar.
Ooh.
Interstellar is my absolute
Yeah.
favorite movie,
Really?
favorite soundtrack.
Hans Zimmer, he definitely cooked on that soundtrack. That
He
was
did.
like sometimes I generally just listen to the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Like what songs? There's Stay, the theme,
Stay.
and Cornfield Chase. Like those are like
Mhm.
those are amazing.
Yeah.
Kidding me?
I think mine is Tron. I think it's called Tron. It's
Oh,
like a
yeah.
robot movie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Tron Legacy and Daft Punk did.
Yes.
Some of the soundtrack there.
I don't know why that one always comes to my head. I'm always like Tron soundtrack.
You know what's an amazing soundtrack?
No.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Mm.
But the sequel to that movie is
Yeah.
terrible.
Really?
I don't know if you guys have watched the sequel.
I watched the
It
sequel.
wasn't that bad at all. The Disney princesses were in it. I thought it was pretty cool.
You thought the sequel was cool?
Yeah.
First one was amazing though.
The first one was amazing. The
was
second
awesome.
one wasn't as good, but I think it was still pretty okay.
Yeah,
It's
I
crazy
thought
to
it was-
think there's people in the school who are young enough to just not know what that is.
That's wild.
I think people know what Wreck-It Ralph
No,
is.
I feel like I could go up to 5 people and a handful of them wouldn't.
Hey, you know what Wreck-It Ralph is?
No.
You think they're just gonna say no?
Yes. We should test out one day.
We should test that out one day.
Stay tuned on our social media.
Yes, we'll have a specific episode just meant for interviewing people that walk by.
Flashback does a statistic report on how many people know
Yes.
what Wreck-It Ralph is.
And the only way they can get into the open mic tomorrow is that if they have watched Wreck-It Ralph.
Yes.
Mm. Yeah.
Well, that's going to come to the end of our show. Thank you for having us. Please don't forget that you can follow us on social media at DCSA Media Hub and also MBM Vault. And Matt, if you want to once again plug your social media.
Yes. So my social media is at Antimato. So ANTIMMATTNNO.
Yes.
And sorry, is it cool if I plug Flashback?
Yeah,
of
go
course,
for it.
do that.
So hold on, let me just make
I
sure.
believe it's
the,
MBM.
MBM.flashback.
Yes.
Yes.
And don't forget to subscribe to their newsletter as well. Can you find that in your Instagram bio? The
Yes.
link to your website?
Yeah.
Cool.
So our Instagram is mbm.flashback,
Mhm.
and you can find our newsletter in our bio or on our link tree. So yeah.
So go make sure to follow him
Make
along
sure you
with
subscribe
Flashback,
to the newsletter.
along with us. We're going to play some music. Here's Big Fat Mouth by Arlie, playing us out live from the Media Hub on riotRadio.ca.
Wicked.